Net Security 215. We reviewed SSH, talked about the iOS being capable of doing SSH. We covered views and did some basic review. They finished up the lab from chapter 1 and then took the assessment. And then at the end of class, we started talking about chapter 3. AAA, authentication, who has access, authorization, what resources can they work with, and accounting, keeping track of what they did. We can have administrative access, which is primarily what we're going to work on in class, or you could have remote access. You can actually control who's coming into the network, reaching resources internally. We can control the access through a local database. Easy to do. Hard to back up necessarily compared to like using a server-based solution in which those users, we have one location where we keep track of everything rather than having to have on each device. Then we talked about the configuration. Username, passwords, you enable AAA, configure their parameters, and then confirm and troubleshoot. Enable AAA, and then this was the point where I want to make a little bit of a covered a few key things before the students read the curriculum. AAA authentication, so we're going to do a login as if we're going to have an administrator, and you can use the default and you can set parameters for the default. There would be up to 4 different login types here, or you can give a name, whatever name you want to use here, and give those 4 types. Then, as an example, under VTY, you can say authentication based on that name. If you forgot to put that in under VTY, then VTY will use authentication based on the default. What things can we do? You can list up the 4 methods. One method could be they're going to authenticate using the local user database. If there's an error there, or the usernames are not available, then they're going to use the enable password, and then none. This is just an example. There can be a number of items that are listed in the curriculum for that. So this gets us started on the next chapter. And we'll do quite a bit of lab work and discussion of that on Thursday.